Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael. These pecan bars are going to be one of your new favorite desserts. These absolutely come together really quickly, and we've got a nice crust on the bottom of those, and we've got that pecan filling on the top, just like a pecan pie, without all of the trouble that goes along with that. So these are absolutely delicious. Sweet and chewy, decadent. Let's make these pecan bars. I know you're going to love this recipe. Let's get started making our pecan bars, and the first thing we're going to use is a 9x13 pan. I've got one here. This one is non-stick. If you don't have a non-stick one, you might want to put some parchment paper in the bottom of it just to make it a little bit easier for it to come out. And with this pan, I didn't use any kind of spray or butter or anything. I just left it natural the way that it was. Now let's start making our crust. I've got a prepared package here of sugar cookie dough. This is a 16 ounce or 453 gram of the pre-made cookie doughs here. And what you want to do with those is you want to let these come up to room temperature. This is going to make this a lot easier for you to be able to press this into the bottom of this pan. So what I'm doing here is just breaking these apart and just kind of evenly distributing them out across the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to take my clean hands and I'm going to go in and press that dough into the bottom of that non-stick pan, and that's going to make the crust for our pecan bars. Now if you can't find the little pre-made cookie doughs like I've got here, and you have the log form that you can get in the store, definitely just get that. That's the same weight as the ones that I have here, so definitely use those as well. You can just break up that log form into the bottom of the pan and cut it up if you need to, and then press them out the same way that I'm doing here with these little squares. Now I'm going to put a half a sheet baking pan under this 9x13 I got here, and I'm going to put that into that preheated 350 degree oven, and I'm going to bake this crust on this for 20 minutes. I like having that extra layer of that pan on the bottom of that. It just makes that crust cook a lot more evenly, and you don't get those hot spots on the crust. Now I'm going to start prepping my ingredients now for my pecan bars, and I'm going to start with the pecans. I'm going to measure out 2 cups of pecans, and what I've got here on my cutting board, these are the whole half pieces, and I'm just going to give those a rough chop so that we get a little bit smaller pieces in this so that everybody gets a little bit of a bite of pecan on their pecan bar. So just give these a rough chop, and then we're going to measure, once we get these chopped up, 2 cups. It has been 20 minutes now, and I just took my cookie dough out of the oven. I wanted to show you what they like, a little bit of a browning there on the edges and in the middle of that. So that's what you want for that. So we're going to set this to the side and get started working on our other ingredients now. So now we're going to grab a large bowl here, and we're going to start with our first ingredient. And I've got 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, or that's 200 grams, and we're going to put that into our bowl. And then I've got a half a teaspoon of salt measured out here, and we'll put that in. This is 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now I'm going to take a whisk and whisk those ingredients together. Next I've got 2 room temperature eggs, and we're going to add that to the top of our dry ingredients. I've got 1 teaspoon of my homemade vanilla. If you haven't seen how I make that homemade vanilla, I'll put the link in the description box below. Go check out that video. I know you're going to love that one as well. I've got 2 tablespoons of unsalted melted butter, and we'll go ahead and add that in also. Now I've got my 2 cups of my roughly chopped pecans, and we'll add that in. Now I'm going to take a spatula and mix all those ingredients together. This is looking really good now. Your mixture should look like this. Now we're going to take our pre-baked cookie dough, and we're going to put the mixture on the top of it. Now that we've got our pecan mixture on top of our cookie dough, I'm just going to take the spatula and spread this out so I get an even layer across the bottom of the pan. Once we get that spread out, we're going to put that back in that 350 degree Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius oven, and we're going to bake these for 15 minutes. I just pulled these out of that oven. They are absolutely smelling incredible. But we need to wait for this to set up, and we need to wait a minimum of 2 hours. If you've got a little bit longer, then definitely do that. These need to be set up. If you try cutting these now, they will just be a little bit of a runny mess. So let these set for 2 hours before you try cutting into them. I just took the edge of a wooden spoon and cut those right out of that pan. All right, I have cut my pecan bars. I did wait the 2 hours on those. I wanted to show you what these look like. These look absolutely incredible and smell incredible also. Give these pecan bars a try. I know you're going to love them. And if you like this content, maybe you might consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And while you're at it, check out one of these other 2 videos over here on the side. You might find something else you like. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I want to know how your pecan bars turned out. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye now.